So one day I was wandering around Cabela's with a little gift card that I got, and I just was looking for something to buy. I came to the knife section, was looking at some Spydercos, some other knives, and this SOG kept kind of reaching out to me, catching my eye. So I kind of just wanted to take a look at it, and I haven't really been too impressed with SOG or SOG in the past, but this still caught my eye nonetheless. Some of the older knives were flimsy, a lot of blade play, just cheap steel, things like that. When I picked this up and I asked if I could check it out, I was looking at it, I was like, this feels like pretty solid construction. This looks like carbon fiber. What's going on here? And then I saw that this is like an axis lock, because when it's sitting there on that table, you know, I don't know if it's just one side, like how they used to have some knives with one side little unlocking mechanism or something, but no, I was like, this is like an axis lock. I wasn't even aware at that time. This was about 1.5 years ago. I didn't know yet that Benchmade, their patent had expired for that axis lock, and it seems like SOG is one of the first companies to kind of replicate that, but it is unique, a little bit different than the axis lock. Function is very similar though. But yeah, I was like, whoa, it's got a flipper tab. I don't think I've seen any Benchmades with a flipper tab. When I opened this up, I was actually really impressed. I was like, that's a solid lockup. I was like, there's no blade play. Check out this knife. I bought it, yeah. I pretty much knew immediately I wanted to buy it. I was trying to figure out the steel. I hadn't heard of this steel yet. It has the CTS BD Z1 steel, which they don't offer this model anymore. However, you can pick up the exact same setup you see here with S35VN, which is a big step up, because the MSRP on this guy was around $70 or $75, and I wouldn't say that's worth it right now, but for $85 or so, that's what I've seen online with S35VN. Man, I'd say that's a really good deal. You get carbon fiber G10. It's G10 scales with carbon fiber overlays, which are milled out at an angle. Has stainless steel liners, does have ball bearings. And then there's pretty much 3 ways you can open it. You have the flipper tab, you have the XR lock, which is kind of like the axis lock, although it does kind of function a little bit different. When you pull back on those tabs, the blade gets kicked out on its own. I think it has something to do with like the detent in there. I'm not sure. It's kind of crazy because you don't even barely have to fling it or flick it to like for the blade to open. It just pops open. If you're at the right angle, see what I mean? It's super smooth. Does have stronger detent than an axis lock. Most axis lock knives from Benchmade, it's got a little bit stronger detent, and it is a little bit smoother. I mean, like I said, there are ball bearings in there, whereas on Benchmades you pretty much get phosphor bronze washers. But yeah, you also got dual thumb studs, so that'll fling out. You use those. But yeah, you can't gravity open it. The detent, like I said, is a little bit stronger than a Benchmade axis lock. So on the axis lock, you can gravity open some of these knives. I'll show you that now. Just fling it out with gravity flick. But yeah, it does not have as strong of detent. You barely have to push on an axis lock to pop the blade out. So that is quite a bit stronger. But yeah, it's a pretty cool knife. I was impressed by it. I'm glad I had the gift card because I felt like I didn't get ripped off. Because I did learn later that the steel, just carpenter steel, not as good as like, might seem similar name. It's not the same steel as like the Para 3 lightweight, which is CTS BD1N. It's different steel. This does have a little bit better edge retention, harder HRC, I believe. But yeah, let's check out this knife. Pretty cool knife. You can start out by weighing it. I'd say it's a medium-sized knife, almost smallish, but still in that medium range size. Scales in ounces, 3.35 ounces. So yeah, fairly light knife. Let's go ahead and weigh like the Benchmade and Spyderco too. So we have the Benchmade Mini Griptilian, 2.61 ounces, and we have Para 3 lightweight, 2.40 ounces. Obviously they're in different categories, just for fun and comparisons. As you can see, the blade sits in there quite a bit. It does really sit in the pocket very similarly to Benchmade Mini Griptilian. You see how these knives, both of them, go in the handle quite a bit. They don't stick out like your Spider coat, which that blade does stick out quite a bit. Obviously not the sharpened edge, but yeah, it just takes up more pocket space. But yeah, it's a pretty small knife. Mini Griptalion is overall, it's a pretty small knife. The palm is swelled a little bit in the handle area. However, on the SOG, it's completely flat, boxy, with a little bit of contouring back here, and a little bit of contouring right here. It is a very fun knife to fidget with, very fidget friendly. Kind of see how the angle of the bottom part is, just sits right in the palm of my hand, like really good. And that's kind of what helps it be so fidget friendly. And yeah, it's just really interesting. This XR lock is pretty cool. I did see some videos, however, that obviously you wouldn't do this on an EDC knife. Batoning, I saw the blade get knocked out of the lock quite a bit. However, I did recently read on SOG's website that XR lock can hold 1,500 pounds. I'm not sure, 1,500 pounds of force. Seems like a lot. Anyways, there's new versions. You can get, they're calling it the SOG Terminus XR LTE, or lightweight. And basically, instead of stainless steel liners, you get carbon fiber liners, which makes it, they claim, 30% lighter. Everything else is almost like exactly the same blade shape, which I've seen both that this is a drop point and this is a clip point. And it does drop down, however, it does have a clip. It's got a little bit of an angle on that hump right here. 0.11 blade stock. Oh, also on the LTE version, they have coated blades, not the bare or satin blades. There's two different variants for the LTE. There's all kind of blacked out with like a charcoal titanium nitrate coating, black hardware, or black with a gold titanium nitrate coating and gold hardware. Now the MSRP for those guys, well, what they're going for online anyways, is 140 bucks, and it's S35VN. So it's $55 more than what you would see right here with the S35VN steel version that you can get right now. I don't think that's worth it. I think they should have done a different steel. To be honest, I feel like for that price, they should have done CTS XHP or something else that's an upgrade from S35VN, because that price jump is just way too high. And they obviously have done other knives with CTS XHP and whatnot. I feel like that's what they should have done if they really wanted to get that knife into popularity more. I feel like it's a decently popular knife, not too popular, not a lot of people know about it, which is kind of why I'm making this video. Might want to check it out though. I feel like for 85 bucks or so, where you can get the S35VN version and you have G10 with carbon fiber, and you have really good action and lockup, no blade play, centering, very fidget friendly. I feel like that's a good price. It is made in China. SOG, that's an American company that they do outsource a lot of their knives, and they are made in China. But that's what you get, I guess, for 85 bucks. But yeah, I guess the LET version is also made in China. So yeah, 140 bucks. Not sure if I'd buy that one. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. I've had this for a little over a year now, I think, and I feel like it was a pretty good buy. And that S35VN version, I might want to pick that one up too. So, thanks.